Like many other cryptocurrency projects, Ripple has struggled to survive in 2022, with Gary Gensler, chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, leading the charge. However, Bitboy, a crypto influencer, predicts that 2023 will be the year that the Ripple curse is finally broken. He also foresaw Gensler's resignation. FTX Armstrong's prognosis must be based on pre-trial settlement, which the community had hoped for but was far from guaranteed. There is a lot of uncertainty surrounding the highest possible valuation until 2023, despite the fact that Gensler has not made it clear that he wants to retire. A win for Ripple or a decision in the case would result in huge demand for XRP, driving up the value of the currency. Several influences and factors have had an impact on XRP's performance in the market this year after it fell for the third consecutive month in January 2022. After falling due to the crash of FTX, XRP spiked to test buyers at 32 cents before stabilizing. Updates throughout the year have continued to tip the scales in favor of Ripple winning despite the uncertainties surrounding the SEC lawsuit against Ripple, which as the end of the year approaches, as Delta heavy blow, makes investors unhappy over the SEC case against Ripple. XRP's market cap is $18.11 billion, and it lost 56.7% of its value in 2022 to reach 35.95 cents. Prior to declining below $15 billion in the middle of 2022 and 2023, the market valuation of XRP peaked at $1.47 billion in 2021. The Ripple SEC lawsuit's outcome will undoubtedly have an impact on XRP's trajectory in the crypto market in 2023 as the XRP community struggles with multiple crypto market booms. As a result, the peak valuation until 2023 is surrounded by a great deal of uncertainty. If Ripple prevailed or found a solution, there would be tremendous demand for XRP, raising the value of in order to effectively stop XRP and other cryptocurrencies from being generally regulated as securities. Ripple claims to have spent more than $100 million defending its lawsuit against the SEC. The former SEC chair of the Obama administration, Mary Jo White, as well as her former vice president, Andrew Sargent, have already been contacted by the lead legal team and conventional financial experts. To talk about the SEC, Ripple asserts that it is fighting to stop the SEC from overregulating the entire cryptocurrency sector. The SEC claims that the founders of Ripple, Christian Larson and Brad Garland House, misled the public by failing to register XRP as a security. However, Ripple has raised more than $1.3 billion through initial coin offerings, ICOs, based on a lawsuit that was submitted in December 2020. Ripple claimed in a countersuit that XRP is not an investment contract and should not be subject to SEC regulation. Document states, unquestionably, this contract lacks crucial elements of an investment contract. Since the SEC has been suing Ripple for 2 years, it appears that the case will finally be resolved in December 2020. The SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple and its executives, claiming that the sale of XRP was either over $1.38 billion in value or constituted an unregistered security offering. Executive Chairman Chris Larson and its CEO Bradley Garland House have both been identified as co-conspirators in the case. The CBDC platform used by the company, which gives the Ripple ecosystem a significant advantage over many central banks, may be one reason why Ripple is being investigated by the SEC. The connection between Ripple and the CBDC may be viewed as a threat to other central banks, even though the SEC did not specifically state this as the reason for the lawsuit. Ripple has a long history of working with central banks to introduce their CBDCs, including the UK, Bhutan, and the Republic of Palau. A technical sandbox program geared toward US CBDC exploration was recently launched by the company in collaboration with the Digital Dollar Project, DDP. In December, the SEC filed an extension of a joint motion, delaying the decision until January 13 of 2023. If the court sided with Ripple, the decision could have significant ramifications for other altcoins, and the price of XRP will probably follow at the time of writing, according to some analysts like Bitcoin Cryptus and Ben Armstrong, who predicted that the case will be resolved this year and that SEC Chairman Gary Gensler may even resign if the court sided with Ripple. XRP has lost 3% over the last hour and is currently trading at 34 cents. Depending on the outcome of the case between Ripple and the SEC, which is anticipated this year, it continues to impede its development. According to the technical analysis of the chart below, it is likely that Ripple will begin trending. However, in the interim, the current sideways market will continue. In the coming weeks, moving outside of these price ranges would indicate the beginning of a new trend and would invalidate my horizontal analysis. The price of Ripple will continue to trade between 33 and 38 cents. Lawyer Johnny Deaton, who is in charge of 75,000 XRP. A poll asking the community what they anticipate will happen in 2023 for a Ripple of 18,000 votes was recently posted on Twitter by investors in the lawsuit with an amicus brief. A settlement between Ripple and the SEC is anticipated by 59% of respondents to the poll. Unexpectedly, Deaton had a change of heart and was one of the 39% waiting for Judge Annalisa Torres' decision. According to the attorney, he initially believed that Hinman's threat documents were extremely valuable to Ripple and detrimental to the SEC, but Ripple's most recent summary ruling letter paints a different picture. In actuality, the letter from Ripple cites 4 pages of emails with no XRP-related commentary. Deaton disagrees with him on this matter. He no longer thinks that emails, comments, or drafts contained any mention of XRP. Deaton asserted that Ripple's lawyers would have brought up XRP in the defense if it had been mentioned in the emails. The lawyer interprets this as a claim that simply owning a large number of assets or tokens is insufficient to satisfy the requirements of a joint venture. That's what Howie says. Despite the SEC's denial to the contrary, it is still anticipated that the SEC lawsuit will conclude in the first half of 2023. In this case, a ruling in favor of Ripple's would boost the price of the XRP token, whereas a ruling in favor of the SEC would have the opposite effect. In either case, if the case is not settled before the last hammer blows, it will have significant effects on the cryptocurrency market. Here, we are contemplating a precedent-setting legal action. The SEC was attempting to steer clear of this, which is exactly what Ripple desired. The Ripple team is working to establish a legal precedent that would subject various cryptocurrencies to different sets of laws. A regulatory framework would ideally distinguish investment securities that you would buy and hold in the hope that their value would rise over time from money-like tokens like Ripple. A digital asset that resembles a security is said to be Bitcoin BTC, which is down 5% from its recent high. The SEC wants to treat all cryptocurrencies as securities, so the distinction is crucial to protecting Ripple. According to this interpretation, the Ripple company broke the law when it raised $1.3 billion between 2013 and 2020 by selling XRP tokens. According to Ripple, the token sale was conducted correctly in accordance with the best information and guidelines available, and it does not meet the 3-pronged test's definition of an investment contract. Therefore, we are considering 2 extreme scenarios for Ripple in 2023, along with a ton of grayscale outcomes in between. By 2023, the cost of XRP could increase to $5 or more, depending on where the trustworthy chips are. However, a more stringent regulation might also drive the token's price much lower than its current level of 36 cents per token. It is nearly impossible to predict Ripple's future in the relatively near future. Please share your thoughts in the comment section and be sure to click the subscribe button to receive updates.